Hey guys, what's going on? We are back for episode 3. Before we get really started on working on tearing the rest of this motor apart and the engine bay in here, we are in desperate need to kind of clean up this garage because I got to get the mower out to mow the lawn. So enjoy this time lapse. I kind of made a mess, so it's going to take me a minute, but the time lapse should be quick. Be right back. Alrighty, so it's a few days later. I was finally able to start working on the car again. I have a few hours. It's 4th of July weekend, so I did not have too much time to do anything. Today, I think we're gonna tackle this top radiator support. It is kind of crusty. I do wanna tackle the rest of the engine bay, but I do need a pressure clean, but we're currently in a drought, so I can't really do much with the car in terms of pressure cleaning until then. So this here I can at least tackle with an angle grinder, get it all nice and clean, and at least spray paint it to make it look not rusty and kind of stop some of this rust. So ground this all down. I got as much as I could out of rust. Again, the goal here isn't perfection. It's just to literally remove the rust and cover it up. This is the engine bay. I don't care what it looks like. First, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it with some isopropyl and then some glass cleaner. Let it all air out and dry. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some automotive primer. Using the Rust-Oleum filler primer. Go ahead and shake this for a few minutes. So now that I gave the primer some time to cure, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some satin protective enamel. I'm using Coastal Gray specifically. All right, so for all of these brackets, I'm gonna go ahead and just hit basically the more visible portions with the Dremel, get rid of some of the rust. I really don't care about some of these. They're not that bad. See if we can see that. They're not too bad. This part's not visible. I'm gonna just paint over it, but the top here is kind of visible, so I wanna at least smooth it out. got all the brackets painted to some extent. They're drying. Now, update on the engine. So I'm finding out that these rods are very specific to the L69. I tried to find a part number on them, but I couldn't. They're considered the X rod or the pink rod. Of course, I guess the pink has worn off of these rods, but I don't know if I'm gonna be using this engine. Depending if I could find these rods, they are very hard to come by. But the crank's easy to come by. Now the rods are the issue. So I'm gonna leave this engine where it is right now, and hopefully soon I could find a different engine or something to do with this thing. All right, now that the paint is basically dry, I'm gonna go ahead and reattach them all. All right, so this is looking a ton better. It is now painted, all the brackets are black. Yes, the hardware's still rusty. I'll take care of that later. The next episode, I'm probably gonna take care of both of these wheel wells, though I do need to pressure clean in here, get this all nice and clean before I even attempt to do anything because it'll be gross. Now, that firewall right there is rusted through and the lower radiator support is rusted through, but I will need a welder for that. So at the moment I don't have one. So once I get one, I will go ahead and tackle those parts. Now, panning over to the motor. It turns out that the rods in this motor are special. They are only found in the Corvettes and the L69, which is the 305. There are X rods or pink rods. So since they are really hard to find, and if they do have them, they want $1,000 for the set, which I'm not paying $1,000 for a 305. I'm gonna try something different, but keep yourself updated because that will be in the next episode. Peace.